Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Islam Answers back here with another great video. Don't forget, guys, to like, follow. You're definitely going to learn. And remember, guys, join the Patreon. The notes that I'm using in this video and all my other videos are available on my Patreon. The purpose of the Patreon, guys, is to prepare you to be prepared to counter and refute the Christian missionaries and the Islamophobes and refute and debunk their lies against Islam and Muslims. So join the Patreon so you too can be well informed and prepared to do battle, intellectual and academic battle, that is, against these haters and Islamophobes. All right. So, let's get started with this video. About maybe like 3 or 4 weeks ago, I was on a live and this character named Joshi called me a liar. He said I lied concerning the true interpretation and meaning of John chapter 10, verse 30. Many Christians use this verse wrongly, claiming that in this verse, Jesus is saying that he and the Father are actually somehow one and the same, or they're one and the same God. And I told him he was wrong. He said I was a liar. He said I was a liar when I told him that the correct meaning is that they are actually one in accord. They're one in the purpose of keeping the flock together, the sheep together. It doesn't mean that they were one and the same. And he said, nope, you're a liar. It doesn't mean that. You're lying. It doesn't mean that. So now I'm dealing with you, Josh. I'm going to refute you and prove that, in fact, you are the ignorant liar yourself. So let's take a look at it, guys. So I told him that here the word means to, when it says that I and the Father are one, it actually means that they are of one accord, one purpose, not that they are one and the same. To prove this, look, I told them that there are old Bibles that actually translate it like that. For example, look here on the screen. Here is the Lamsa Bible, right? An old Bible translation. Look what it says here. It says that it's translated as I and my Father are of one in accord. I and my Father are one in accord. That clarifies it, that they are one in agreement, one in purpose, not one and the same. Okay? We take a look here. We go to Vine's Expository Dictionary of New Testament Words. The Greek word here is hais, coming from the root hin. Look what it says. It says this word has a number of meanings. It can mean a numerical one. But as you see here, look further, and as you see in the second entry, it says what? Metaphorically used as or for union and concord. So here it's saying, right, so, and look what it says. It says that's the meaning of it in John chapter 10, verse 30. So here it means metaphorically that they are in a union and accord, concord. They're together in this concord, in this purpose, in this agreement. Not one and the same, sir. And notice what it says further. It says, look, this is the same meaning that it carries in what? The same verse that we use to refute the Christians all the time. When they bring up this verse, John chapter 10, verse 30, I and the Father are one. What do the Muslims say? They said, hey, Jesus said that the disciples are also one with the Father in John chapter 17, verse 21. So look, your own Bible language resource says it's the same meaning in John chapter 10, 30 as it is in John 17, 21. It carries that same meaning of metaphorically in union and concord with each other. Okay, there it is, right there, right there. Your own Bible language resource says it means the same thing in both verses. It doesn't mean that they are one as the same God. It means that they are one in concord, one in agreement, union, etc. Let's take a look at the Christian commentaries, Joshi, to see further that I didn't lie. Okay, here we have the Jamie Fawcett Brown commentary of the Bible, and look what they say here. It says, one interest expresses as nearly as may be the purport of the saying. So you see what they're saying? Your own Bible commentary says one interest is the as nearly as may be the purport of the saying in John 10:30. One interest. Okay, let's go to the next one. In the commentary of John Darby's Bible commentary, it says what? It says here, it is not a testimony which as altogether divine. That's not what it's saying. He's saying sets forth what man is. It is the work and the efficacious love of the Son, and at the same time that of the Father. If the Son has accomplished the work and takes care of the sheep, it was the Father who gave them to him, i.e. their love to the sheep is one. See, so they are on one accord. They are in one concord of what? As I told you, Joshi, of the purpose of loving the sheep, or keeping the sheep, the flock, together. Your own Bible commentary says that I was right in that understanding. So I didn't lie, sir. You're the one who's just ignorant. You're the lie your damn self. All right. Let's go further than that. Then let's take a look at some of the Christian ministries and what they have to say, right? Here's one, the onenessofgod.org. This is a Christian ministry website that tries to spread the gospel and the message of Jesus, etc. And look what they say that John 10:30 means here. It says the correct understanding is Jesus and Father were united, having one purpose. Isn't that what I said, Joshi? Isn't that what I said? That's the meaning. You said I was a liar. Well, look, now I showed you not only your language resources says it, Vine's Expository Dictionary of the Bible, your commentaries, and let me make a disclaimer. Of course, not all the commentaries say this. Some commentaries do promote the false idea that it means Jesus and God are the same, but I'm just proving that that's not the unanimous agreement. That there are commentaries that acknowledge that yes, this is the meaning. It means one in purpose, right? They're one accord, one agreement of the purpose of keeping the sheep and the flock together. So I just want to make that clear. Not all of them say that. Sure, some of them promote the false idea like Joshi believes, but he claimed I was a liar as if nobody, and that there was no evidence for that position. And that's my argument, to show that there is evidence for that position, and I believe that is the stronger position. Let's continue. So your Christian ministries, oneness.org says, the correct understanding is Jesus and Father were united, having one purpose. All right? One purpose. Okay? This is the correct understanding and the meaning of it, according to this Christian Ministries website. Another one, here's one, God's Message. God's Message, Christian Ministries. What do they say? He says, of this verse, he was telling us how he and the Father are one or united in caring for his sheep. Christ and Father agree and are united in caring for the sheep. So that's what I said, and that's what the language says, that's what the word means, and as you can see, that is the correct understanding. So from your own language resources, your commentaries, even your Christian ministries are admitting this is the correct and proper understanding of it. And here, I'm going to let your own Christian brother refute you from this God's Message website, right? Look what he goes on to say. He says, I'm going to let your fellow Christian refute you. Here's what they say. They say, they could not be one in nature, as Joshi and other ignorant Christians claim, because they are distinct from each other. God is spirit, whereas Christ has flesh and bones, as you can see in Luke chapter 24, verse 39. The Father is greater than all, John chapter 10, verse 29 says that, including Christ. The Father is greater than all, meaning including greater than Christ. As Christ testified in John chapter 14, verse 28. The Father is greater than I. So exactly. So either he contradicted himself when he said I and the Father are one, meaning according to you, Joshi and other ignorant Christians, that they're one and the same. Then he turns around and contradicts that and says the Father is greater than I. Or you can take the correct understanding of your fellow Christian brothers who understand that it means that they are one in purpose. They are one in their love of the sheep. They are one in the caring and the loving of the sheep, but not one and the same, as your Christians point out, that it couldn't mean that, right? It couldn't mean that because Jesus makes it clear the Father is greater than him, and they're not of the same nature because God is spirit, whereas Jesus says he has flesh and bone as a spirit does not have. So no, I didn't lie. I'm not a liar. You, sir, are the ignorant liar, not me, as you've been refuted with the clear evidence and information. Again, guys, this information will be available on my Patreon. Join the Patreon today. Become a supporting member, and you will have access to these notes and all the other notes that we use to refute these lies against Islam, the Quran, Allah, the Prophet, Muslims, etc. It'll be available, and you too can be prepared to counter and refute the Christian missionaries, the Islamophobes, and other liars and haters and bigots against Islam and Muslims. So join today. It'll also support my dawah, and of course, may Allah reward you. Assalamu alaikum. Use this link here you see on the screen, or use the link that's on my profile. It'll take you straight to it. Take care. Appreciate your help. May Allah reward you.